Hi there, and welcome to Codesk Knows. Today we will be answering the question, what is social work? The exact definition of social work, according to the International Federation of Social Workers, is social work is a practice-based profession and an academic discipline that promotes social change and development, social cohesion, and the empowerment and liberation of people. Principles of social justice, human rights, collective responsibility, and respect for diversities are central to social work. Underpinned by theories of social work, social sciences, humanities, and indigenous knowledge, social work engages people and structures to address life challenges and enhance well-being. The above definition may be amplified at national and/or regional levels. Social work is a field that's goal is to make the world a better place. Now you may be asking, what job's goal isn't to try to make the world a better place? Here are a few that come to mind. People that scam the elderly, stabbers, and I'm sure there are plenty of other ones. But jokes aside, a social worker's only job is to help improve people's quality of life. They work with their client base to help them overcome their struggles and to overcome any societal injustices. This may sound like a very niche job, but it is actually one of the most broad fields out there. Some of the jobs available for social workers include therapists for children and adults, adoption agents, probation officers, school counselors, school social workers, behavior analysts, professors, psychologists, case managers in many different settings, social services agents, environmental activists, and many more positions are available. What jobs you can get are based on a multitude of factors, including being properly licensed, which varies depending on where you live. In order to get this far, you must first decide what level of social work you want to work on. There are 3 primary sectors in which you can choose to work in. Just note that no job is restricted to one level. A person who works at the micro level may be contributing to something larger, or a person at the macro level may be helping a smaller population at times. The smallest level is micro. Don't let the name dissuade you from thinking that the micro level isn't important. This level of social work involves working with individuals or very small groups. Personal and family therapists are a good example, as they work with one person or one family unit. If you work at the micro level, you should always remember that you have the power to truly impact a person, and don't think that your work doesn't matter. You are doing really good work. The next level is meso. This is social work that is done on a bit larger scale, where typically they work with small groups, neighborhoods, jails, or other small communities. These social workers go out and help specific populations that they have focused their learning on. This can be helping low-income neighborhoods, areas that have people more susceptible to substance abuse, clients in a hospital, or providing resources for people in a homeless shelter. The final level is macro. This is social work done at the largest scale. This includes working for large organizations, government agencies, advocacy groups, and much more. This is where social workers function as advocates and work to push new procedures into place. They will work to educate the masses about injustices and what needs to be done to help fix a broken system in our society. They can help organize protests, lobby for new legislation, and they typically have the loudest voice in the social work community. This doesn't mean that they are any more important than people at the lower levels. They may fix a broken system, but typically it is the people at the lower levels who help those who have already been hurt by it. The next key factor in determining what social work jobs you can get is your college degree. With a bachelor's in social work, or BSW, you typically do jobs related to human services and typically work on the macro level in terms of advocacy, as they are less focused on a single client, so there is less of a focus on individual diagnosis. This is a good degree for people going into environmental social work or green social work. This is a field dedicated towards fighting climate change, pollution, and helping with sustainability. If you are wanting to work with people more directly, though, you will want to consider the next option. The most common degree is a Master's in Social Work, or an MSW. A majority of social workers have an MSW, as it is what is required to be an LCSW, or Licensed Clinical Social Worker. The NASW, or National Association of Social Workers, define clinical social work as a specialty practice area of social work which focuses on the assessment, diagnosis, treatment, and prevention of mental illness, emotional, and other behavioral disturbances. In order to apply to be a LCSW, you must have a MSW. On top of all the positions available with a BSW, you can do jobs in therapy and more one-on-one jobs, such as school counselor, healthcare social worker, and child and family services. You can select from a majority of social work jobs with an MSW. In order to accomplish this, though, you will need to do 1,000 hours of clinical social work while being supervised by a clinical social worker. This may sound bad, but if you work 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, you will be done in less than 5 months. The least common is for someone to get a doctorate in social work, or DSW. While you can do all the previous things mentioned at the bachelor's or master's level, typically people with a DSW go into research, teaching social work, or finding grants for social work programs or studies. A majority of social workers will be fine with an MSW, but with a DSW you will have more experience and you will be more proficient in your field. There is one more thing that is important to going into the social work field, and that is having the right mindset. If you are looking at social work thinking you are going to make a ton of money, you are very mistaken. Here are some of the requirements of your mindset to see if social work might be right for you. Do you feel a strong passion to help others? Do you feel pain when others are struggling? Do you feel angry when you see oppression and injustice? Do you stand up for the oppressed, even when you might be ridiculed for doing so? Are you willing to put aside yourself in order to do what is best for others? Do you want to make the world a better place? If you answered yes to these questions, then social work may be for you. For me, social work has been one of the most rewarding things in my life. I truly feel alive and passionate when talking about it, and when I'm being involved with it, I almost turn into a different person. I have a hard time focusing when I'm reading, but I have no problem spending an hour or so just going through my social work textbooks and reading page after page. I'm not the best writer, but when I do papers for my social work classes, the content just flows out of me onto the document. For me, the biggest sign that choosing social work was right for me was when I was talking to my parents on the phone and I said that I wish my intro to social work class was longer. I have never in my life asked for school to be longer, but I truly enjoy getting to learn more about this amazing field. I enjoy it so much, I'm breaking my contractually obligated YouTuber voice right now. Now, one thing I learned early on in my social work studies is that social workers use a ton of acronyms, and I know it can be hard to memorize them all. Take some time here to see the ones we covered in this video and try to commit them to memory. Before I do the end card, I want to discuss what is next in the social work series. Next time we will go over the IFSW Code of Ethics. Now I know that all the American viewers who are taking social work classes will be more familiar with the NASW Code of Ethics, but I believe you should still watch this next video. Not because I want to increase the view count, but because you never know where you might end up practicing social work. I had no idea my freshman year that I would plan on practicing social work in Korea, so learning about the ethical standards in other countries can help you in case you choose to practice there, or just to boost your cultural competency. Also, there's a lot in common between the IFSW and NASW Code of Ethics, and all the principles discussed in them are valid wherever you are living, so I do believe that there's a huge benefit to learning about them both. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the first video in our social work series. I tried to start speaking a bit slower in this video for the convenience of our ESL friends. I really liked making this video and enjoyed talking about how awesome social work is and all you can do as a social worker. I touched on my social work experience a bit, but I promise I will go more in depth on it in the future. Make sure to hit that subscribe button below and to follow us on Instagram and Twitter to get the latest updates from Codesk Knows. Thank you for watching, and make the world a better place.